Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video, we're going to be looking at a little bit of a strange vehicle today. It's a little weird, it's a little odd, but it is the Sandvik TH545i giant mining dump truck, and it is articulated in the middle. Now, this mod, if I recall correctly, it's actually the first time that the creator of this mod has actually put it into the game. Apparently, he had the model for this vehicle, but didn't have it, hooked up to the game in any way, basically. He hadn't sort of animated it into the game, or merged it into the game, if you will. But it's here now, and honestly, it's a little bit strange to see it in here. But when you keep looking at it more and more, you realize that it's kind of something that you could see in this game being used in, deep quarries or mining areas and things like that. And there are some mod maps that it may fit into. Now, for the actual testing portion of this video today, we are on the Winter Testing Grounds map because I felt like the Winter Testing Grounds was something that I really never give a lot of time to. So I figured today we would jump into the Winter Testing Grounds as opposed to the Summer Testing Grounds and do a little bit of our testing here. And it would also give us the chance to see what these ginormous tires were like in the snow. But before we do any of that, we're going to take it into the garage and see what this thing has access to in terms of customization. Now, if we go to the interior view, oh wow. So it's actually got like a proper interior. That's pretty cool. Even got like the emergency stop kill switch right there. All of the switches, the rocker switches, are labeled. That's actually very, very, very cool. Now, the dash is a solid picture. It doesn't actually move, but to be fair, I mean, it's a fully digital dash, and I was not really expecting that it would move, or be animated. I mean, if we had a fully animated digital dash, that would be something completely off the wall for a, for a SnowRunner mod, but, well, this thing's actually pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little quicker than I originally expected it would be. Nevertheless, let's move it into the garage, and that was a little bit of a weird transition. It, like, dropped in a super weird way, but we have a couple of engines that are pretty much familiar to those of you that use a lot of the big trucks. We have the A16 V2000 and the Westline V16 pair. We have the 2300 and the 2450. We're going to go with the 2450. And then gearbox-wise, we have Special, and we have Advanced Special. And Advanced Special is basically the same gearbox with all the other ratios opened up. And then we have one suspension option, which, oddly enough, that makes it bounce and roll backwards a little bit. And then tire-wise, we actually have a 63-inch MSH1, MSH2, 3, and 4, and then the standard 79-inch Sandvik mud tires. So we're going to actually go with those, because I don't know why they went with all the other ones in 63 and then those in 79. It's a pretty big difference. Now, we're also going to go with the advanced heavy winch, and the frame add-ons, the only one is the proprietary tipper. So we have that, and then we have one wheel choice, and we also have no interior customization options or exterior customization options. So the actual customization is pretty barren, actually, in terms of what you could do to it. So we're not going to be spending much time at all in the shop today. So let's go ahead and make our way out of the shop and see what we get once we roll it up to the trailer store. I'm so used to the other one that I'm used to, like, driving straight and the trailer store being straight ahead, whereas this one, it's not. It's actually over here by the back of the other garage. Come on! Now, the nice thing about it is that it is diff lock always on, and then, of course, you have the adjustable all-wheel drive, and you have no trailers. So you better be ready to use this as a fully functional vehicle by itself. Otherwise, it is not for you. But I'll tell you something, it does look really good. I really do like the way it looks. I think it looks really good. I think it's really, like, it's really good at fitting itself into the game. And actually, I think it might fit itself into the Yukon pretty nicely alongside the big cat. So, let's see. Now, cargo-wise, we have sort of a cargo shelf, if you will, that is basically designed out of the wheel arches. And so you have 2 units in the back of the truck. So you could do 1 container, or you could do 2 units of basically anything else, like wooden planks or metal beams. You could do a cabin. We'll actually probably throw a... Ooh, medium pipes would be cool. Let's see. Oh, slabs, small pipes, secure containers. There's actually a lot of stuff here that would be really good to haul in this particular rig. I'm going to go with... Let's see. Oh, man, I want to go with something good. I want to go with something that's, like, that feels you know, properly suited to something like this. But the thing is, it won't let us put rocks in there, so we'll go with medium pipes. Let's just say medium pipes. Seems to be a fairly suitable cargo. Ooh, the mirrors don't really work, do they? Not really gonna give it like a big, like a knock or anything for that, but I'm kind of like, I was really hoping that the mirrors worked. Now, let's see how this thing does in the mud with some cargo behind it. Now, I do have to say though, I love the way that the vibrant orange paint job looks against the, you know, snowy background, the snowy backdrop. It actually, it really, really pops. It really pops a lot. Now, giant mining vehicles like this are not exactly the most common thing to see in this game in terms of mods, but on the rare occasion that they do appear, it is a very welcome addition. I think we'll go with the middle lane for this one. Now, the biggest thing that you're going to have to be concerned about, though, is that gigantic front overhang. The front overhang is enormous. I mean, it's basically, what, 5 feet of chin that literally just sticks way out in front of the vehicle. Although I gotta say, holy cow, well, it was doing really well until the gigantic front overhang got stuck in the mud. Low minus. Oh, it's not happy about that. Now, when you do start pulling it with the winch, it becomes okay with it, but it's still not the happiest camper in the world. It's a little unhappy about what we're doing right now. I feel like at the end of the day, it will be okay with the fact that, like, we will make it through here. We just won't make it through here very fast. I think that that's going to be one of those things we'll have to deal with. Oh, yeah, we got that laser winch going on. It'll take out everything. Everything in its path. Let's see if it gets a little shallower. Now, the shallower mud, you are going to be okay in, but when you sink it, like, down up to where sort of the edge of the front bumper, like the leading edge of the front bumper is in the ground, it pretty much grinds to a halt in almost all gears, like even all the way down to low minus, which we tried for a minute. It really does grind to a halt even in that condition. Now, let's see what it does when we take it into the deep snow. I'm assuming it'll be just as bad, if not worse. There's standard low. And she's trucking along pretty well. It's actually doing better in the deep snow. That's low minus in the deep snow. And it has slowed down a lot, but not enough to where I would say it's, you know, not enough to where I would say it's bad or it's gone wrong. See, once that leading edge of the front bumper is, like, up out of the snow or up out of the mud, it picks back up and it's fine again. And you can go back into, like, standard low and get it out of low minus. I mean, that seems to be the standard procedure for driving this thing, but it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely a very heavy vehicle, and you can tell that when they designed the programming around this tune, they designed it with realism in mind. It's not going to be any sort of, you know, push all the trees over, like, flatten everything in your path and carry on kind of vehicle. It's not that mindset. It's more the mindset of get everything done very deliberately, very carefully, and in some instances, slowly but surely. So, and honestly, I gotta say, looking at it from that view, like, up against the snowy backdrop, yet again, I really like the way it looks. I mean, you've got, like, functioning headlights that, like, they're nothing crazy. They're nothing, like, you know, fully, like, individually animated, like, LEDs or anything like that, but again, it is a very good-looking rig, and, you know, honestly, I think the matte orange, like, some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it, some people are gonna probably nitpick at the fact that it's not, like, that it doesn't have that shiny texture quality to it, but then again, I mean, you gotta think to yourselves, that shiny texture quality, like, a matte paint truck is not necessarily going to be all that shiny, and especially, you know, something like this that's going to have equipment paint on it is not going to be all that glossy. I mean, I'm sure if you really truly desired to have a glossy finish on your, you know, on your mining truck, you could, but I mean, it's not necessarily going to be the best thing for you. I feel like you could probably, like, better spend your time elsewhere on upgrades for your, you know, mining vehicle. Now, one of the coolest things about it is that... Oh, come on. Oh, I see. Okay. So you operate the tipper like you would operate, say, for example, the telehandler. However, you don't use the triggers for anything. So you use the X and Y buttons, at least if you are on a Xbox controller, as basically just back and forth actuators. And I gotta say, when you put it in free cam and you actually have a look at it, it doesn't look bad. It really doesn't look bad. And you gotta think about it from that standpoint of, like, you know, this is a full-on function first mining truck. And having it here, it's pretty dang cool. Like, it's pretty freaking cool. I love the fact that it's here. I love the fact that, like, different, you know, weird sort of vehicles are making their way into the game now. And I don't say weird from, like, a bad, in a bad way at all. I was trying to take the handbrake off, and I was like, why won't it let me take the handbrake off? And then I realized, I was like, oh, I'm still in the tipper controls. Now, let's see if we can manage to drive through here. Ha! Yeah. Yeah, that's where that chin comes into play with this vehicle. That's where that, you know, 5 feet of front overhang is like, oh, hey, by the way, we're still here. We're just not sure, you know, not sure what we're doing, but at least we're still here. Right, okay, well, that solved that situation quickly. Bruh, we're pulling it over the freaking, like, wood piles. What is that? Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, it's back on its wheels. Beautiful. Beautiful. Brilliant. Okay. Now let's get you back to the garage because we don't really have a recover function since it's testing grounds. So, with that in mind... Oh, man, we'll whip that thing around. All right. With that in mind, this is our recovery button. Yo, it's hauling us back in the mud. Or not in the mud, in the snow. Look at that. Mainly because that bumper's so freaking low. Yeah, the monstrosity is our recovery button. Don't you do it. Don't you flip it over. No. No, no. Just knock him over. It's fine. Alright, stop engine. Change truck. Wow, it's too far away. Bruh, it's too far away. It still fires up, though. After being yanked around by the freaking monstrosity, it still fires up. What? That's brilliant. And ridiculous in, like, every possible sort of way. But I just want to use that again. Let's see. Hey! Oh my god, that's so freaking cool. That's so freaking cool. I love it. I love the fact that it has that dump truck functionality. I really, really do. And if you guys enjoyed this test of this truck, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on this thing in the comment section down below. Do you think it's going to be something that will be useful for the game? Do you think it's going to be something that will be useful for gameplay? Do you think it will contribute to your experience throughout the campaign maps? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comments. And if you would like to see these videos in your inbox every single day, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you all later, and I hope you guys enjoyed.